Hello and welcome to Galaxy TV News. My name is Eribami Salako. We begin with headlines. Association of Resident Doctors in Nigeria embark on nationwide strike to press some demands to federal government to rescue their colleague, Dr. Ganiat Popoola. Plus on the news, Commissioner of Police Federal Capital Territory Command vows to deal decisively with shocked members responsible for murder of police personnel. From the international scene, at least 6 people have been killed after Russia launched a massive attack across Ukraine, seriously damaging some power and water supplies. Details of this and more coming your way shortly. Do stay with us. Many thanks for joining us at this time. Now, details of the news. The 7-day working strike embarked by leadership of the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors has witnessed total compliance at the Federal Medical Center at Abeokuta. This development has grounded activities at the hospital, leaving patients as well as residents stranded. Speaking to Galaxy TV News, President ARD FMC Abeokuta, Dr. Adewumi Babatunde, said the strike became imperative following the abduction of their colleague, Dr. Ganiat Popoola, who was kidnapped nearly 8 months ago. He stated the doctors have become targets of kidnappers, declaring they are working under strenuous conditions. Dr. Babatunde, however, urged government to do all within its reach to secure the safe release of Dr. Ganiat.
FMC Abeokuta Association of Resident Doctors is complying 100% with the strike because we believe that injury to one is injury to all. Doctors should not be targets of kidnapping. In the past few weeks, we've heard a lot of things and we've been patient enough. For the past 8 months, we have been trying to negotiate and talk, but now we are tired. Enough is enough. Dr. Ganiat Popoola has to return to us.
And still on that, Association of Resident Doctors here, the University College Hospital UCH chapter has called on the federal government to do all within its power to rescue Dr. Ganiat Popoola. It will be recalled that Popoola, a registrar in the Department of Ophthalmology at the National Eye Center, Kaduna, was abducted on December 27, 2023, along with her husband and nephew. She has been in the kidnapper's den for 8 months. Her husband was released in March while Popoola and her nephew remained in captivity. The ARD president at UCH, Dr. John Oladapo, who made the call while speaking with Galaxy News in Ibadan, said the branch is joining the 7-day national strike embarked upon by the national body of the association to press home their demands.
To press home our demands for the unconditional release of Dr. Ganiat Popoola. Dr. Ganiat Popoola is a senior registrar in ophthalmology at the National Eye Center in Kaduna, who was kidnapped on the 27th of December 2023. She has been with her abductors since then, despite entreaties, pleas, supplications. She was abducted alongside her husband and her nephew. The husband has been released. However, our colleague and the nephew still remain in.
Oladapo said the government had the capacity to rescue the doctor. They said they are joining the strike to press on the release of their colleague, Dr. Ganiat Popoola. He stressed that Dr. Popoola was trained at University College Hospital Ibadan and hails from Isheyin in Oyo State, while trusting in the capacity of the government to rescue her. Dr. Oladapo highlighted the adoption as one of the issues leading to brain drain in the health sector. Members of the association had earlier protested in all tertiary hospitals across the nation to demand Popoola's release.
We also believe that this situation draws attention to one of the push factors responsible for migration of healthcare workforce, which is critically short at this time. We don't envisage a situation where the government will not be able to rescue her in the next 7 days. If that unfortunately happens, the National Executive Council of the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors will reconvene and will chart a way forward. But we do not hope that that is the case.
Now we have joining us to talk on this topic. We have Dr. Charles Aisido. He is the ARD President, LASUTH Chapter. Good evening and thank you so much for joining us on Galaxy TV News. Alright, so straight to the questions. Weeks ago, members of NARD had protested in all teaching hospitals across the nation to demand the immediate release of Dr. Popoola, and so far, has there been any positive response from security forces or from the federal government?
Thank you for that. Well, has there been response? Yes, there has been. Is it significant enough? It was frustrated, but and clearly elucidated at the emergency net meeting of the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors held yesterday, for which we feel there has been no significant movement. Hence, the need for us to embark on this industrial action. We have begged, we have pleaded, we have even protested. Still no significant movement, positive movement. So we were left with no choice than to embark on this strike action.
Okay, all right. And as announced by the national president that this one-day strike would last for a week, has the association perhaps thought about the impact this action will have on Nigerians, especially the patients in the hospital?
All right. From any sane doctor, any doctor that has taken the protective oath would understand that the patient would definitely come first. However, even in the same physician's oath, the physician must endeavor to treat him or herself so as to be able to be well enough to treat patient. Dr. Gani Popoola is a mother, a colleague, a daughter who has been held in captivity for 8 months. This strike action could have actually held some few weeks back because of our peculiarities and because we understand the plight of Nigerians vis-a-vis their medical condition. We had already pushed this strike action, hoping that other strategies which we had employed in form of advocacy, going to the media, making noise, and hoping that the right here will listen to this and the need will be done. We were left with no choice than to embark on this strike action. We are also pleading and begging, wherever news, wherever, be it either kinetic or not kinetic measures, like they say in security balance. All we want is for our colleague to be released.
Okay, all right. So if I understood what you were saying that you've tried all other measures, but this nationwide strike seems to be the last resort?
Yes, ma'am. The nationwide strike would definitely still possibly even escalate into indefinite strike action if perhaps Dr. Gani Popoola is not released.
Okay, all right. So now that the strike have commenced, if let's say like after 1 week, we do not hope for this, but we have to consider the possibility and chances of it happening. If there's still no word from the federal government and security agents, does this mean that the strike might still continue, or there might still be dialogue with the federal government and other security agencies?
Such move or deliberations will be tabled at the floor of the NEC of the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors. However, consider member of NEC, the possibility of an indefinite strike action is inevitable.
Okay, all right. We thank you so much for being part of our news at this time.
Thank you.
And that was Dr. Charles Aisido. He is the ARD President, LASUTH Chapter. Now moving on to other stories. The Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors commenced a nationwide 7-day warning strike on Monday in response to the prolonged abduction of one of their colleagues, Dr. Ganiyat Popola of National Eye Center, Kaduna. The strike, which began at 12 a.m., was declared by NAROD's National Executive Council (NEC) following an emergency meeting held to address the dire situation. Dr. Mohammed Opanaki, president of NAD, National Eye Center, Kaduna, the primary place of assignment where Dr. Ganiyat Popola was kidnapped, said the strike is a direct response to the kidnapping of the colleague who has been held captive for 8 months.
If you go around, you realize that no doctor, as I speak, no resident doctor, let me be more specific, is on ground currently to work. That is based on the directive of the national body. After our virtual meeting yesterday, we agreed to shut down every center. All residents in those centers will stop working. And currently, as a primary institution, in fact, we've done the need. We've handed over all the patients to the senior people, that's the consultants, to take care of them. And that's why you still see people hanging around. Because unfortunately some people came from far. This is a national eye center, it's a national hospital. So people came from different parts of the country, and we can't just, the management felt they can't just let them go, and so they begged the consultant to please do whatever they can do, at least to sort people from far.
Dr. Opaniki, who described Dr. Ganiyat as a mother of 5, as a very compassionate person who has worked closely with as one who has dedicated herself to service humanity and the fatherland. A visit to a resident at the doctor's quarter, where she was abducted alongside family members who have since returned, showed that the resident has been deserted, as no one now lives in the house. You're still on to the news on Galaxy TV. Let's go on a break. When we come back, the news continues. We are glad to have you back. Now for more updates and latest news, please visit our website www.galaxytvonline.com. Connect with us on our X handle at Galaxy TV. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Galaxy TV News. You can follow and interact with us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Galaxy TV. Remember to follow and tag us on our Instagram page at Galaxy TV. You can also avail our eyewitness feature via WhatsApp. If you have breaking news around you, simply share your story by sending short clips of videos of the news on 0818-6666-669. Our social media platforms are user-friendly and can always accommodate your live updates and comments. The Commissioner of Police, Federal Capital Territory Command, Bennett Igwe, has vowed to apprehend and deal decisively with shot members responsible for the murder of police personnel. Commissioner Igwe, while addressing journalists in Abuja, condemned a brutal attack by members of the Islamic Movement of Nigeria, IMN, also known as the Shiite, which resulted in the death of 2 police officers and left 4 others, including a female officer, unconscious in the hospital. Recall that 3 police vehicles were also set ablaze by the attackers.
I'm surprised that members of the Shiite movement, or whatever the IMN, whatever they call themselves, decided to come out en masse to attack the policemen. You people saw them, you saw their dead bodies, and killed brutally. 2 of them are already dead. 4, including the woman police, is unconscious, all of them. with different injuries they inflicted on them.
Igwe emphasized that the police did not provoke the attack, but the hoodlums attacked officers without provocation, saying if his men had attacked them, it would have been a different story. He assured that the perpetrators will be brought to justice, just as he vowed that his men will hunt them wherever they are in Nigeria. The commissioner confirmed that 52 Shiite members are currently in police custody.
At least today we arrested almost 52 of them, with some of their bosses. When we hit the policemen, everybody was surprised. Because assuming you are moving on your own is different. But you came out deliberately to attack the security agents. Some are in Niger, some are within FCT, some are in Nasarawa, some came from far. We have gotten intelligence of how the coordinated actions they have done. And their main leader, Alant, is not aware of their coming. And they told him that they are going to attack security agencies.
And to the stories, the proposed meeting between the federal government and the Academic Staff Union of Universities, initially scheduled for Monday, has been postponed. Although no reason was given for the postponement, the meeting is now expected to take place on Wednesday, August 28. Public university lecturers, following resolution reached at the union's National Executive Council meeting held at the University of Ibadan on August 19, 2024, threatened to go on a nationwide strike over the federal government's failure to honor the 2009 renegotiated agreement. ASU's demands include improvement in welfare, university funding, and halting the proliferation of universities across the country. And to other stories, President Bola Tinubu has approved the appointment of new Directors General of the National Intelligence Agency (NIA) and Security of State Services (DSS). Ambassador Muhammad Mohammed is the new Director General of the NIA. Mr. Adiola Oluwatosin Ajayi is the new Director General of the DSS. Ambassador Mohammed has had an illustrious career in the Foreign Service since joining the NIA in 1995. He had served in various roles, culminating in his promotion to the rank of Director and his subsequent appointment as the head of the Nigerian mission to Libya. The 1990 graduate of Bayero University, Kano, has served in North Korea, Pakistan, Sudan, and at the State House, Abuja. The new DSS Director General, Adiola Ajayi, rose through the ranks to attain his current post of Assistant Director General of the service. He had at various times served as State Director in Bauchi, Enugu, Bayelsa, Rivers, and Kogi. Ajurin Galale, Special Advisor to the President, Media and Publicity, in a statement on Monday, said the new appointments follow the resignation of the previous NIA and DSS chiefs. Ngalale said President Tinubu expects that the new security chiefs will work assiduously to reposition the two intelligence agencies for better results and charge them to bring their experience to bear in tackling the security challenges bedeviling the country through enhanced collaboration with sister agencies and in surgical alignment with the Office of the National Security Advisor, ONSA. The federal government has prohibited individuals under the age of 18 from taking part in the National Examinations Council and West African Examination Council exams. The Minister of Education, Professor Tahir Maman, explained that the federal government has directed WAEC, which conducts the West African Senior School Certificate Examination, and NECO, which oversees the Senior School Certificate Examination, to enforce the 18-year age requirement for candidates wishing to take these exams. This, he said, was not a new policy. He added that the age limit for candidates sitting for the Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination administered by the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board remains set at 18 years. There are indications that the Federal Government Committee, which will set up to ensure the implementation of crude oil sales to local refineries in Naira, will further discuss the pricing of premium multi-spirit, popularly called petrol, to be released by Dangote Petroleum Refinery next month. Multiple officials, both among oil marketers and members of the Implementation Committee on Crude Oil Sales in Naira, under the leadership of the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Ndu, confirmed that the panel would be holding a series of meetings this week and in coming weeks on the development. They also stated that the committee would be concluding a framework that would put a benchmark on the amount which Dangote Refinery will pay for crude in Nigeria. In Naira, adding that the federal government would have to decide whether to pay subsidies for petrol from the plant or to allow Nigerians buy the product at the market price. However, oil marketers declared that the cost of Dangote petrol would be higher than the current pump price of the commodity, stressing that it would be tough for dealers to buy the commodity from the plant if the federal government fails to intervene in the price. The federal government also disclosed that the sale of crude oil to Dangote Refinery and other local refineries will commence on October 1, 2024. They said the options before the government are to either pay subsidies on petrol without piling the burden on NNPC or to allow Nigerians to buy the product at the market price to be released by Dangote Refinery, which of course will be higher. Now, we move to the international desk for more news. This is news from the international scene. At least 6 people have been killed after Russia launched a massive attack across Ukraine, seriously damaging some power and water supplies. Explosions rang out in several cities, including Kyiv, on Monday morning, as more than half of the country's region came under attack. Authorities in Zaporizhzhia, Lutsk, Kharkiv, Zhytomyr, and Dnipropetrovsk regions reported people had died in the huge air raid, which featured missiles and drones. Russia's defense ministry confirmed it had targeted Ukraine's energy infrastructure, one of its long-term tactics, and said all its targets were hit. The barrage of drones and missile attack began across the country overnight on Monday and continued well into the morning. Ukraine's Air Force said explosions were heard in numerous cities from Lutsk in the west to Dnipro in the east, and people were urged to stay in shelters, and the entire country was put under air raid alert. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said Russia had fired more than 100 missiles and about 100 drones. Those who died included 2 men, one aged 69 and another 47. They were killed in separate attack in the Dnipropetrovsk region. Local governor Serhiy Lasek said others were injured, including a 14-year-old girl who was killed in the same region, the local governor said, adding that several houses had been damaged. A man was killed when his house was hit in Zaporizhzhia. And that's it for now, but do join us at 9 p.m. for our primetime news. My name is Iribami Stalako. See you then.
Vision, in conjunction with Sea Fortunes Royal Suites and Hotel, presents